Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. In today's video, we'll be looking at 5 different key matchups Luis Enrique has to fix up from the first leg at the Parc des Princes. First one, obviously, with the return of Achraf Hakimi. What Rafinha did that day, his man of the match thingy, those runs in behind, I don't want to see them. I want to see the entire backline, not just Achraf Hakimi, but the entire backline focused and concentrated 100% for those long balls from deep areas, from a De Jong, from a Pedri, whoever it is. And Hakimi, obviously, with his recovery speed, what Rafinha did in that first leg will probably not happen in the second leg. So that's the first thing. Rafinha can't cook. I don't want to see this again. Second up, it's Robert Lewandowski, who had a great performance. And I believe that Beraldo, he's very inexperienced, just 20 years of age, his first half season in Europe. So it was always going to be hard for him to step up for something like that. But that's why either Lucas Hernandez or Marquinhos should be the one marking him. These are two experienced center-backs, once a treble winner with Bayern, once a Champions League finalist with Paris Saint-Germain against Lewandowski as well. So one of the two players has to be on Robert Lewandowski and not Lucas Beraldo. So even if the weirdest thing happens and Beraldo still starts this game, I don't want to see him marking Robert Lewandowski, who had a very good first half against Paris Saint-Germain. Next up, it's once again Achraf Hakimi, but alongside Ousmane Dembele, offensively this time on João Cancelo. João Cancelo had a good to decent game versus Paris Saint-Germain, but I know that we can do so much more offensively against him. He is that weak guy. Last game, he was strong. He was good. Dembele only completed 1 out of his 8 dribbles completed that game. But with Hakimi coming back as well, we know how impossible it is for teams to defend against that duo. I mean, that goes for every single Champions League team we've faced this season. Dembele and Hakimi, at least in some spur moments, have done incredible stuff down that right-hand side. So that, for me, is the third most important thing we gotta do. Number 4, it's Warren Zaire-Emery. Obviously, he didn't start that first game, and even a report came out that a lot of players from the locker room were surprised to see Marco Asensio getting his first Champions League start of the Champions League this season instead of Warren Zaire-Emery. He's obviously gonna start this game. He had a great cameo coming off the bench in the first leg, and his physicality, with his being Pedri and De Jong pretty much in the double pivot. Gundogan plays the most up forward when it comes to the midfielder because he can't run as much as them. There is no Christensen in this game. There isn't even a Roberto, and if Xavi wants to do something defensive, it will be Romeo who comes on. So Warren Zaire-Emery, I'm expecting an exceptional game from the youngster. And lastly but not least, Kylian Mbappe. What we saw from Kylian Mbappe in the first leg can't happen, and I'm putting pressure and critique on Lucho and Kylian Mbappe. Either to change him, put him striker, you could do that. You could keep him left wing. All I want to see is Kylian Mbappe, my best player, the player that we pay, 100 million euros a year to perform and at least have a shot on target. He did not register a single shot on target in the first leg against FC Barcelona. That cannot happen again. So that you can either move Kylian Mbappe to striker and play Barcola off the left, or do something else where it opens up the game for Kylian Mbappe. We need him in the second leg. We're only down 1 goal, but we need Kylian Mbappe because if we're going to be honest, it's very hard for me to expect a clean sheet. So we got to score at least 2 goals. That just takes us to extra time, at least 2 goals. And I need Kylian Mbappe, the player that scored over 55-60% of our goals in all competition this season, to pull up. Lucho, please. That's been it from your boy PSG. Let me know in the comments down below any other tactical matchups that Luis Enrique has to look at ahead of the Paris Saint-Germain game. That's been it from your boy PSG. And as usual, allez Paris.